Morning or afternoon. It's definitely afternoon. Had a meeting with a bank about construction loan for the house project. So if you didn't know, my wife and I are building a new house. That project's going to be on the after hours channel, but we haven't even started on, so there's no content. Anyways, just getting over here to the shop. Noticed that Mr. Watson was here, so let's check to see how the planter's going. How's it going? Must be getting towards the end. We're running wires.
Might be.
So there was some more cleaning out done up here. Not much left up here anymore. So Dad found a Cub Cadet dealer that bought all the extra parts we had, so that actually worked out pretty good. So yeah, this room's pretty empty. Morning. So this morning I'm heading back here to where the tile plow is. I don't think we're going to get around the plow today. It's just really slimy out, a little sloppy, not super wet. Like we're probably 2 days away. We could definitely still plow. We would have to pull every run, or pre-rip every run and pull every run, but there is about a bajillion other things we can do if it's not fit to plow. So that's what we're going to attempt to do. So I'm running back here. I'm going to grab the GPS receiver off of the 1038 that's hooked to the tile plow. I am about to put $10,000 worth of ag leader guidance equipment in my rock sawer. But first we gotta clean out a grain bin. Fun times. Yep, here's the receiver I need. Right there. See if we can get that without breaking our leg. Ah, nothing to it. Even got a nice little step right here. So these receivers, one plug, two prongs to hold it still, and a magnet. That's what's holding them. You notice this 1038 doesn't have one. It is still running AGCO guidance. But since it's running the bean planter, it's not that big of a deal. That's going to be the bean planter tractor. This one with the ag leader guidance is going to run the corn planter, since the corn planter has AGCO components, or ag leader components. We'll see if that thing will want to work today. If it doesn't work today, it's getting fired. Can't stand a lazy employee. BJ just called Dad and mentioned that this bin wasn't as empty as originally thought, so hopefully I don't have to clean out a bin this morning. These older bins over here, there's no power sweep in them, so we got to climb through the top, shovel the door clear, throw a sweep in there. They take a little bit of extra steps. And BJ's scared of heights, so I get to be the one to open the door in all the bins. So I'm hoping that I can guilt BJ into, conquering his fear of heights. One time I got a broken ankle. Good news, good news, good news. We'll have to clean this bin out today. It's actually only 3 rings down, so that it's still right there. So we'll be able to fill the contract probably before we have to clean it out. Bam! Not only does that mean that I don't have to get in there and clean the bin out, but it also means we have more beans to sell than we thought. Perfect. Because we might have sold more beans than we thought. Well, this looks interesting. So I'm going to go back to, I guess, playing in the rock sawer. I say playing, but you'll see. We are using the rock sawer to put new boundaries in the fields. That way, when we go to the fields, we will have guidance lines already preloaded. Our boundaries will be preloaded, and it's just, we have a lot of fields that have been renamed, combined, and all that kind of stuff, so we need new boundary lines. You could do this with a planter while you're planting, make a boundary, but when you have a 60-foot planter hanging out there, and sometimes you get off of where you want to be, it's just going to be the most accurate way we can get our boundaries set in the field. So like right here, there's a wide spot where Dad didn't get over. Actually, BJ would have been strip tilling. Someone didn't get over to the road close enough. So when I put this new boundary in here, I'll be able to drive the tractor, or drive the rock sawer right where we're going to have our first end row, and that'll eliminate that issue. Uh-oh. So Dad's taking this. I think he is, unless that's a problem. He was going to take this to go get some concrete blocks for the hoop building. Basically, we're going to use I think they're, what are they, 3x2 cast blocks, 3 foot by 2 foot or 6 foot by 4 foot. I don't know. We're going to use big concrete blocks for barriers in the hoop building. So he's going after those this morning. All right. So basically, I am hoping that I can leave this receiver right there. That is right over the wheel, and still have to offset it a little bit, I guess. And maybe we'll have to readjust that. Hoping I can just leave it in the bed of the rock store though and not have to elevate it, because I have a plastic roof. Maybe I'll put it on the nose. That could work. They don't have a cable running out though, I don't like that either. I had one more cable I forgot. I couldn't figure out why I wasn't getting GPS. One quick phone call to Dr. Watson and we got her figured out. Just getting everything set up here. Becoming evident that I am going to need a tape measure. And since I live in a house full of little people, I don't know where my tape measure is, so I'm gonna drive up to the shop and grab one. All right, we are ready to do this. Got to take a couple measurements, and then we will be ready to roll. So I need to measure where the antenna is in location to the rear axle. It looks like I'm just running my antenna right there on the hood. Gives it a little bit better line of sight, and I can see it if it would happen to start moving. If it was in the bed, I really wasn't going to be able to tell if it fell off of the back of the bed. Alright, we're done it. It's happening. I'll probably redo this boundary because I might have messed it up already. But Dad's done some dozing, so we'll just scoot this field boundary over here a little bit. So one thing I like about this already is while driving, when I find things like this tree roots sticking out in the field, I can get rid of them. Instead of having to do it when I come back to plant. I about threw that on the neighbor. He probably wouldn't like that very well. By clicking on different icons on this page or this monitor, I can see different views. Here is our field. You can see our black boundary that we are creating. Now this field boundary will probably change as we clean out this fence row, but for now, this is the boundary we're making. As you can see, that excavator making us acres. That's the last row before this year. Since we cleaned this out, we're over here now. And come over here. Dad just bought a bunch of blocks. So these are for fertilizer barn. I'll help him unload them. So we also got some pallet forks for the telehandler, but it's not here right now, so we're just unloading these with a chain. There's an eyelet in the cast in the blocks, pick it up with the loader. And then once we get our building done, we'll be stacking these things so we can, stack fertilizer up against them. So I picked up some riders and we almost got stuck. They jinxed me. Yeah. Yep, still mapping. It's hard work. Had to drop everybody off. Look at Kayla out there. Just looking super impressed. And yes, she's in her pajamas. Pajamas or pajamas, I don't know. Either way, she doesn't have green on. Alright, we are at our last field for the night. We've put almost 50 miles in the rock store doing this today. But anyways, a little bit about this system. I'm using my phone as a personal hotspot because we are using RTK correction. You want RTK if you want to try to guide off these. So that receiver is off the tile plow for that reason. It had RTK unlocked. You need the hotspot to import the RTK correction. You see here, we are good. We are connected to Wi-Fi and we have RTK. Going in here to my boundary, creating a new one, or a boundary. This 2.8 feet, that is how far that receiver is from that edge of the tire. Basically, I want the edge of this tire making my new field boundary, so that's where I'll be guiding to. I know this is going to work awesome in the strip tiller and in the corn planter. I'm really hoping I can import these lines into our bean planter tractor, which is using AGCO guidance. Might need some help from Evan on that one though. But let's get to it. So we are recording. And now we should be tracing. As you can see, when this picture was taken, this aerial, this was not part of this field. It is now. I'm telling you, Dad likes playing that excavator, but excavators make acres. At least make farmable acres around here anyways. Maybe not in other parts of the world, but that excavator has paid for itself multiple times around here. Whenever I bought this farm, this was all trees right through here. And now we farm it. Definitely found part of the neighbor's roof. Wonder how many of their nails are in here now. See something sticking up right there. Ooh, that's aluminum. We might keep that. Well guys, that's it for this one. I've got a steak to cook. I'm getting paged right now actually. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.